Hello, I'm so excited. Hello, everybody. I'm so excited. I think I'm here and I want to make sure that it's live, everything's good. I'm not sure. I might not be in the right live. I'm checking if I'm in the right live. Okay. I am live, but I was trying to make sure okay, this is my first time doing a YouTube live, guys. So thank you so much. So hello, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. I'm Judi Fox. I go by the hashtag FoxRocks, and I am a LinkedIn video and content strategist. So we're going to be talking all about LinkedIn video. Some of it does apply to YouTube, so you can probably learn some extra strategy potentially tips here, but yay, I'm so excited. So thank you. So Andrew, I am in the right live, correct? I know there's that feeling that you're not quite sure you're in the right place. All right, I'm so excited. So I was thinking, let's see. I made these cute. I thought they were cute. But they're backwards. Aren't they backwards? Oh, wait. So I am in the wrong live. Yes, smash the like button. And so is this backwards? Just tell me. It's not backwards. Yay. I thought these would be fun to make to kind of help me storyboard. So I have a bunch of them. I'm so excited. All right. Yay. Okay. Ooh, I'll just say like this. LinkedIn love. I'm going to first share my LinkedIn love story. That's where we're going to start. Oh, hi, Kristen. Hi, Tima. Hi, Dan. Hi, Andrew. I'm trying to make sure if I did the right live. Love the props. Yay. Yeah. I'm going to start with this just in case. And I was listening to Sunny's live, and I listened also to the other ones. Trying to think who else already has gone live. I think it was Shelly has already gone live, and I think she's here. So who else? Did Trina already go live? I think it was Trina. Yes. So yay. Okay. I'm going to jump right in. I don't want to kill time too long because we are here to kick some whatever. So here, I was going to start with my website. It's JUDIFOX. It's got the I. And here's my branding. My pile of foxes. I literally have a pile of foxes. So, all right. So now you know who I am. I'm Judi Fox. And let's see. Yes. Excited to learn how you can Judi and LinkedIn sitting in a tree. That is so cute. So I'm going to start with my LinkedIn love story and why I went on LinkedIn video when I got back online instead of maybe YouTube. And I love YouTube. I definitely want to up my game here on YouTube and put some of my videos and do more content on YouTube that talks about LinkedIn because I think there's a lot of value in using both platforms. And I will tell you why. So LinkedIn video has only been alive and kicking for 1 year. Their year anniversary was September. So September 2017 is when LinkedIn video first started. The original creators got access. There were people who were already active on the platform or who had been maybe granted early access. I was not one of those people. So I only officially started looking or getting involved on LinkedIn video in March of 2018. So we're not talking a very long time that LinkedIn video has been around. So as far as a newer platform and why people might not know too much about it, it totally makes sense because just hasn't been around that long. And LinkedIn has always been traditionally seen as a static job board, a place to put your resume, a place for you to kind of just like a glorified Yellow Pages. So let me just check that we've got, oh, thank you. I just want to really check that we have the right place. So, hi, Shelly. I love all the foxes. You guys are awesome. Yes, hit me with some foxes in the comments. I love, obviously, the foxes. And also, like or share or whatever you guys need to do here on YouTube to get this some views and engagement. I really appreciate you guys. So the like button, I do. I actually on one of my things I drew around my thumb. So I do have a blue thumb. That sounds really funny. But yes, LinkedIn video is a thing. So let me go into that. Actually, that was one of my first videos that it went to the highest number that I'd ever had. So that video went to 80,000 views and it had over 1,000 likes and probably 500 or something comments. And basically it was a video talking about LinkedIn being more than a job board. And it was more of a fun video. I actually pulled in snippets from Instagram, and it was a storytelling day of hanging out with people that I had met through LinkedIn. And it was upbeat and positive, and that's where I'm going to go with the whole talk here. But I first want to, like I said, I'm sharing first my LinkedIn love story. All right, getting into that. So my background, which makes no sense necessarily for exactly everything I do, but I'm going to explain why it does make sense, is a chemical engineering degree. And with that, it was always not necessarily about being a chemical engineer, but it was about taking tough things and trying to distill it down. And that's where I come from, a place of reverse engineering what works. So that's how my brain works. And I started off my career in a petroleum refinery, a gypsum mine in the desert in California. I then went to Chicago. And during that process, it was It was 99 and the early 2000s. So I was not on the internet. I was not using LinkedIn. LinkedIn didn't even start as a platform until 2002. And it was around that time, 2000 and maybe four or so, that I started getting just slightly active. I think I had maybe 200 connections. I definitely used it as a place to kind of put my resume, but I didn't really need LinkedIn until 2008 when the crisis hit. And that's when I realized that LinkedIn was extremely powerful for networking to my next job. And it was also extremely powerful because it made me realize the people you can meet on here, you don't have to just meet the people you've met in real life already. You can meet some incredibly inspiring and incredibly, movers and shakers kind of people who are making things happen. And I think what else really happened to me around the 2008, 2009 timeframe was realizing that networking is more likely to get you your next job than anything else that you can ever do. So I went all in on networking, but I was not an active content creator. I didn't do anything. I just literally used it as a static platform. So again, thanks. Put your thumbs up there. I appreciate them so much. And I love all the fox emojis. You guys are awesome. All right, so I'm going to keep going with this LinkedIn love story, and then I'll switch over to all the content you guys came for. Then I learned that, a lot of people need help with their resumes and with networking. So during that 2008, 2009 crisis is when I first started my first consulting business. It was just Judi Fox Consulting, and people hired me to do their resumes and to help them network on LinkedIn. So that gives you a little bit of my background. Again, I was not using it for content creation, but I was definitely a consumer on the platform, a silent consumer, which a lot of people are. And I think I should let you guys know there's over 500 million people who are on LinkedIn, and there's maybe about 1% that are actually active creating content. So just to give you guys an idea, it is a very, it's a platform that when you make content and you're making really good content, it can go places. And that's why I maybe didn't tell you guys this, but I have hit, in 5 months, I hit 1 million views, and I'm just shy of right about now hitting 2 million, and that is since starting March 2018. And I'm not giving you those numbers necessarily to like brag or anything. I'm just talking about the fact that it is so powerful because in that time, and I'm jumping ahead with my LinkedIn love story, but in that time, I was able to take working full time and go to being an entrepreneur full time. And that is all due to LinkedIn. All right. So fast forward around 2014 or so, 2011, 12, 13, 14, I started running my own company, but it was an environmental consulting company. So I was not doing LinkedIn, but I was networking for sales and networking for opportunities through LinkedIn and starting to realize even more the power of the platform back then. And then I'm fast forwarding to March 2018. I realized that people were making videos. And part of the reason I decided to start making a video is because I was really getting, how do I say this without, I was getting burned out with the work that I had been doing up at this point. It wasn't that the work was bad and things were going really well. I just reached a point where a lot of my career had been very permission based. I felt like I had to ask permission. And I also started to feel like my goals were not aligning with what I felt inside of myself. And LinkedIn became this place where I could connect with other people. I could start to see what other people were doing in their careers. And I was starting to get really, really inspired, especially by watching some of the videos I was seeing. So, again, being inspired, I made my first video, and this now switches over into content creation. But I made my first video. And I think the magic that happened with that first video was it was simple, it was short. I really want to drive that tip home. There are people, and I have made long videos on LinkedIn, but the short videos who just get to the point, don't beat around the bush, people are in business. So, one tip and one thing I want to strive to get through is the content creation on YouTube is different than on LinkedIn. They can be similar, but it right now we don't have the same analytics that YouTube has on LinkedIn. So the two analytics on the platforms. So the idea of retention, a view on LinkedIn is about 3 seconds, and that is what counts as a view. Now, we all know that sometimes a view can potentially not mean anything until you actually get a lot of action on your post. So, for example, likes, comments, and shares. So, those three things will get you activity. All right, so let's go to my next. Oh, see, I told you comments, likes, and shares. And, one of the reasons you might be asking yourself, so I kind of want to pause really quick and say, all of this activity in the end is social selling. So you can make these videos, and at the end of the day, you've got your profile. And I think this is somewhat similar to YouTube, where you have your profile all set up where people can find your website, they can figure out how to contact you, they can go off of all the YouTube content or LinkedIn content and videos that you're making, and they can see what you do and opportunities. And that's the inbound opportunities that come. But again, you really want to get your comments, likes, and shares. And this is something I want to share. So, LinkedIn, if you think of it, the difference is again between YouTube and LinkedIn. But if you think of LinkedIn as one big office space, and also it's a 24/7 networking event. So, oh, and I can tell you what my content is about. But so basically, because LinkedIn's one big office space, think about, and I have worked in cubicles in corporate, I've worked in industry where I've been in a trailer and I've been in an industrial site around the facility. So I know there's a lot of different concepts of office space, but if I just think about most of the cubicle office spaces I've been in or corporations I've belonged to, you start to reach a point where you will have something and somebody will say, you need to reach out to that person in HR, or you need to reach out to that person in accounting, or you need to reach out to that person in the legal department, because there's all kinds of parts of your project um, that we don't know for, when we're working, we just know that we don't have all the information. I'm one piece of a project and I'm probably pulling together many different thought leaders and experts. And that's how I think of LinkedIn. If you think of LinkedIn as, there's going to be people on the platform who are amazing storytellers. There's people on the platform who are amazing coaches. There's people on the platform who are amazing speakers. There's people on the platform who are amazing in legal, and HR, and like all those different topics, accounting, bookkeeping, video, obviously. There's these experts, and that's exactly how you think of yourself being on this platform. And the reason why is because when people start to shout you out, just like a office, people will say, go to Tima and she will help you level up your business goals, or go to RK. He will help you write your next novel. There's all these experts, and they are all on LinkedIn. And that's how this kind of networking event just keeps happening. So the reason I say all this is because I feel like it's audience versus a meeting. So when you're doing your videos, no matter what your content is on LinkedIn, again, LinkedIn, I keep catching myself like I'm about to say YouTube. Your content on LinkedIn, you are going to be talking to the people in the camera as if you're in a meeting with them. It's going to feel a little more close. It's not a show like you're putting on an audience and you've got this huge audience. And so I would say you've got your 3 buckets of your type of content. And this is what I like to tell a lot of people. I like to high level look down on your content. And what that means is you've got your thought leadership. You can show yourself as a speaker. You can show yourself doing the thing that you do. And that is a huge part of what you can show up on the platform as. You can also show yourself as a thought leader by sharing articles that you've just recently read. You can share yourself as the books that you're reading. I mean, and then interviews and collaboration with other people, and promoting the podcast that you were just on by sharing a clip of the podcast that you can make into a video. There's like a million different ways to show yourself doing the work that you do, or talking about thought leadership in a way that is, for example, you may run an environmental consulting firm and you're not necessarily going to get on video and talk about that work. You're going to talk about how you maybe run your office, work-life balance, maybe some challenges you've had with startup of an office or a consulting firm, or proposals, or whatever. There's a bunch of different topics you can come into. The second bucket of the 3 buckets of content is showing your client the final result of what you do. So for example, if you make a final product, if you have you audit people's channels on YouTube, then maybe you would show yourself doing that, and you would show a video of the final product or the person who you are either talking to and their results, or you would showcase that other person. You wouldn't necessarily make it about yourself. You could make it about the other person. There's a million videos that you can make about what you do without making it kind of dry or boring, if that makes sense. I think the platform has seen as really kind of static and maybe not dry and boring, but you can do it. And then the third bucket is to show the fun, show the team, show the company, show if you work with other people, or if you go to a networking event, show the fun part of working with you. I mean, that again comes from what I tend to bring to the platform, but I think there is an element of team and fun. And when you talk about where do people go when they go to see who you are as a company, a lot of them go to your about page, your team. So if you can show your team somehow in action, highlight a team member, maybe do an interview, give them the chance to do a live like we're doing on TubeBuddy, for example. There's other people you can showcase, and that will still promote you. So again, I really want to I think I'm only supposed to go, I've got about 6 more minutes if I'm only going to 30 minutes here. So, or about 10. So the thumbnail. So the difference between YouTube and LinkedIn is there is not exactly an easy way to put a thumbnail, and you want to capture people just like you want to capture people on YouTube. You really need to capture people on LinkedIn. They're going to be scrolling, so you want a scroll stopper. So I always recommend a smile. They can see your face. So don't start with a blank screen or your branding, or at least I wouldn't recommend it. I think people want to see people on that platform. Remember, it's a meeting. When you go into a meeting, you're not necessarily going to walk into a meeting and just see like a black screen, like you're going to see my face in the meeting. So you're going to want to see who's going to be talking. Then, and like, this is where I got the thumb. I was drawing my thumb and I got blue. The next thing is the length of the video. You on LinkedIn, I've already talked about this a little bit, but we have a limit of 10 minutes on LinkedIn video. So I've gone all the way up to 9:59 and have made a video at that exact length. And it was perfect. It ended up doing really well, but you've got to keep the energy. And I'm flying through these now, but that's where you add music. So I know that there's a lot of different places you can get music. How do you upload a video? So when you upload a video, there is a way. I actually have done my entire 2 million views have come from doing it through my cell phone. So I'm just going to show you guys really quick. So up there, you can see right there. You're going to upload your video with that button. So you just click that button, and then you go into your camera feed. Well, that one has all my photos. So cancel. You can upload photos. Obviously, I took a photo right before we were going to go live. And let's see what else. So here you can record, like right now we could record a live LinkedIn video. And I'm not going to, but I could. Ooh. And that's just literally how you do it. You have a place to write your post and your text right at the very top. I don't know if it's not. There you go. That's a shout out to Kurt. I'm speaking with Kurt in January in New York. So I'll be in New York in January, guys. And let's see what else. I want to make sure there's time for answering some questions. So what do I want to do? A lot of the conversations happen in the comments of your video. And thank you for the update. Making LinkedIn video like a meeting is such a helpful planning tip. Yes, when you look into the camera, think about talking to one person. I almost feel like sometimes when I listen to YouTube videos, I feel like it's a show, it's an audience, but there's something a little more intimate about LinkedIn video. You literally, when you think about it, try to think you are having a conversation with maybe 1 or 2 people or sitting in a meeting, and you don't have to constantly introduce yourself. So I notice in YouTube videos versus LinkedIn videos, I was going to say maybe this is my bumper and branding. You've got your intros that I notice on YouTube. And somebody said the other day, this is like LinkedIn is the early days of YouTube. I'm not sure exactly, other than I know that you can upload some pretty raw videos on LinkedIn and they can do amazing. So, yes. So let's see. We've got the branding. So what I do is I put my foxes. I either do hashtag Fox Rocks in the corner, and creating your own hashtag, people can follow your hashtag on the platform. It's not perfect, but I trust that it's getting better and better and better. Like LinkedIn is working all of the kinks out as often as possible. I see updates happening all the time. They just merged with Vimeo. So there is a way to now, I haven't done it, but there's a way to upload video in Vimeo and then socially share it on LinkedIn, and you'll be able to see way more analytics. I know I'm sending people off of YouTube to Vimeo now, but that just happened at the end of October. It was just announced. So I personally haven't experienced it, but yes. And let me say, the DMs, the direct messages, is where a lot of the magic happens. So if you're in the comments back and forth with somebody, you can flip over to the DMs and start to chat about, like I said, it's people are there already knowing that they do business. It's not like you have to convince people on LinkedIn that it's about business. And sometimes you do. Every once in a while, you have to realize that that person isn't there for business. But I would say 80% of who I interact with, the conversations, they're extremely professional or kind. I mean, there are the one-offs, but for the most part, people are there because they're there to do business and you're there to do business. They're there to network, you're there to network. It's a very beautiful platform from that perspective. And let's see, I was going to talk about repurposing YouTube videos because I get that question a lot. And I think a huge way that you could repurpose videos is if you showed up and did an intro to a piece of your video. I know that might take extra work, but you could maybe do, let's just say, a clip potentially of your video and then say to see the rest, go over to YouTube and put the link in the comments. And I'm trying to think if there's another way is to do intro clips. So, for example, I would film a piece of the video and I would say, all right, this is an interview that I just had, blah, blah, blah. Check it out. And then you do a clip and then you go back to yourself and you close. So you could do something that's a little more personal instead of just cutting into a video from YouTube that is clipped. I know Sean and Benji from Video Influencers. I know there's a bunch of other people who are doing those type of things where they're trying to move some of their content or they're experimenting, let's just say. I mean, honestly, it is a great place to experiment. You want to pay attention to what's out there, but you also can, it's maybe a little bit of the Wild West, the LinkedIn Wild West. And let's see, are the views from LinkedIn counted on YouTube? I think if you upload your YouTube video, let me go to like I think Benji Travis, he recently uploaded one that I thought was it was a good play, let's just say. So I'm on Benji's feed, if that makes sense. You have to go into the article posts and more. Man, this is not clear. Okay. So it's got the posts and his activity. So you want to go to his posts. Oh, of course I had to like click on something. And hold on. I liked that he posted, oh, see, I like that he took like content from past videos and said we all start somewhere. And, he uploaded an older video. Ooh, that's a better shot. So, I mean, there's ways to repurpose, and because people are watching, oh, thank you, Selma. Because people are watching at work a lot of times, they may not have their sound on. And it's really, really great. I know so many people that won't watch a video unless it has captions. And there's ways to kind of move through that, but I know that you can grab your captions, your SRT file from YouTube and put them and attach them so they upload on LinkedIn. So let me see if there's other questions. So creating thumbnail is a huge problem. So the way I create a thumbnail is I'll take a screenshot. I'm trying to see if I can quickly do this. I'm running out of time. You guys are so awesome. Thank you. And thank you for being so kind to me. So someone who is not necessarily familiar. I'm a consumer on YouTube. So, which I'm sure is very people like that. So I'm going to show you a quick, so this is my profile just to give you an idea. So, putting up here, you can't really see. Oh, this is so fun. See how high tech I am? And you can say see all to see all my content. And I'm trying to go to a thumbnail. But anyways, you can just create the first image. Like I created that first image to make sure that that was what played. So if that gives you a sense. I edited the video down to just the word LinkedIn because I thought that would be fun. And I made it a contest. So anyone who guessed how many LinkedIns were in that video, they won a $50 Amazon gift card. So shout out to Chris who won that. Yes. Yeah, if you just create your thumbnail on YouTube, you attach it to the front of your video. So I use InShot and that attaches the front of the video. So I make my video edits in InShot and then I can just attach on the front. So actually that's my video that I created. And then I can just put a plus sign and literally take a video that's already built and just put the thumbnail up right on the front. Now, I always recommend don't hold that photo longer than about a second because I one time made one that lasted too long and I didn't get very many views because that video got crushed because it just wasn't moving, if that makes sense. Thank you, Shelly. I really appreciate that. And okay. So what question? I feel like I missed one early on. I probably have a bunch, but I'm running out of time. Well, if you want to follow up, I've got 2 things happening. My LinkedIn, go over and connect with me. I will accept connections. And so connect. There's a way to follow and there's a way to connect, but just smash that connect button. And it's JUDIFOX. Ooh, where's my Judi Fox? And then you can find all of my social media. So Instagram, Pinterest. I love Pinterest. And what else? You can just find all of them. And then I am looking at, I started a Facebook group. It's called LinkedIn Like a Boss, and I'm opening it up so we can, if you give me your email address in the email on my website, I can announce it and invite you guys all in, LinkedIn Like a Boss, or you can search for it. It's not live yet because I literally just thought it. I was like, that's a fun name. I like it, LinkedIn Like a Boss. So my website talks about it. I also am offering a masterclass once a month. It's only for 10 people, but it is, I know Roger's taken it. I don't know if he's here. There's a bunch of people who have taken it and they can all shout it out and give me props, but I've got the testimonials and it's just so much fun. I love talking about LinkedIn and helping people get on the platform, navigate it, and literally it changes lives. It completely changed my life. Like I said, I'm a full-time entrepreneur now because of LinkedIn and being able to socially sell and close contracts and get clients and everything because of that platform. So, yay. All right. Anything else? I think we're good. Let me check. I think I'm out of time. I never want this to end. You guys are so awesome. So yes, captions will definitely help get more views. Thank you, Kristen. That's awesome. And Tima, thank you. You are amazing. There's a lot of people in the comments that also are on LinkedIn. So love them. And I'm so excited. So thank you. Thank you, everyone. So anyone, just add to the likes. I love it. And I just appreciate all of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. I don't even know how to end this. Okay. I will see you guys all on LinkedIn.